Canva is blowing people out the waters. I don't even know how other people can show up in that space at this point. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't even look at Adobe. Now I do like Adobe's brand, always have. But Adobe has always been too hard for me. From the Photoshop to the Illustrator to the Lightroom editing, like all that stuff always, like I was already in the development space. I didn't need anything else difficult, right? Canva did something early on that before the chat GPTs, before the AIs, before all that, like Canva literally built something based off of somebody else's problem. And the somebody else's problem was the majority of users using Adobe. Most of us, 90% of us, all had the same complaints. This is too hard. We're just going to pay somebody to do it. Canva made us save money. I also used to pay for flyers. I used to pay $50 to like $150 per flyer when I was a DJ and had my own events. I wanted my flyers to look a certain way. And looking back at those flyers, I actually laugh. But, times change, content changes, expectations change. But I say this to say that for $12.99, I can make the dopest of the dopest flyer. And now with Canva AI, I can tell it what to do. And with Bulk Create, I can make this flyer repeatable or this graphic design repeatable. I can make templates repeatable in minutes. Canva, y'all really did that. Can I get someone from Canva's team here? Like, are y'all willing to come to Houston? Do I got to go to Australia? Like, what's up? What I got to do? Because I saved the best for last. I love Lovable. I love Opus Clips. I love Riverside, but I have to give it to Canva, especially because Canva came before all these. Canva was the first to really show me, especially as a tech entrepreneur myself, Canva really showed me that if you solve a problem, you can actually solve a problem that someone else is trying to solve too. See, the problem was, how do I get graphic designs out? How do I get this out? Adobe was doing that with so many different things. How do I edit a photo? How do I do this? How do I do that? Canva saw how difficult users felt with paying for that and not knowing how to really use it and made it easy. And if you really want to chat, they even took it a step further and said, by the way, y'all also can make websites. You can make a website. You can make a resume. You can make a flyer. You can make a presentation, because I hate PowerPoint. You can make all these things on one app. Pay $12.99. I'm curious on these margins. I got to look up these margins. Because again, as someone who owns an app, and I have to think about margins often, because even recently we had to spend a lot of money on our API because people using the app, people are looking for the creators. I'll tell you that, because we get charged for the credits that are being used. So I'm curious on what their margins are, because $12.99, and that's not including that you could have a team of people also creating other designs and stuff like that on your team in that price. And then I think it's after like 5 people, then it starts increasing and stuff. But Canva can keep my money. I've been paying for Canva even when I wasn't an entrepreneur. Well, I take that back. I was always an entrepreneur, but really heavily focused on entrepreneurship. I've been a repeatable customer for a long time. I've never imagined me canceling Canva.